is HD News. And if you're not a subscriber, I'm actually subscribed to HD News. If you can't find it, put Shin on the end of it. On the end of it, SHEEHAN in lower caps. But do HD News in all caps like it says right here in the picture. Right here. To make it easier for you, and that's why I created a nickname for that. To easily go through it. So remember, it's Independence Day right here. Celebrate your country, the United States. As we got a big plan, we're gonna go to a new roast tomorrow after I get off work. They're gonna shoot fireworks off. So yesterday was crazy, and here's the big news for Illinois, and they just gave us a 32% tax increase for income tax, I believe, yesterday, and it's on my Facebook. Several decades of bad work, basically. And the budget's like really bad. So, United States, I mean, Illinois is the worst state. You see corruption in every picture. As this is 32% tax. Yep. As you can believe, it hiked up 32% corporate tax. That's gonna hurt us a lot. It was just passed yesterday, and there's a lot of people that hate this thing. This thing should be vetoed immediately because it's corruption. We're paying these criminals for the taxes from the money that we earned, hard earned. By the way, we get taxed enough from the federal government, other things, and this is basic corruption in its worst form. And Illinois is pretty much every senator, wherever it goes, pretty much lands in jail. There's just so much crime that a lot of these people like him, previous governor, like I think Hoyovich, he got in jail. Ryan was in jail because the corruption doesn't make it eventually. As this is spending plan, so and it's permanent unless they veto it because no one can afford this. This is corruption at its best height because Illinois is in big debt. We're in so much trouble you can't imagine. Total debt clock. Debt's going like crazy. So $203 billion total debt that we owe for retirement, most likely, and different things. And I don't know if it owes $45,000 in state debt. Wow, each taxpayer. Good Lord with that. Well, that's not too bad. They're way less than us. Way less than California. And I recently heard about him too. Getting the state back on track, and a lot. Trust me, there's gonna be a lot of people leaving Illinois real soon. Corruption. Oops. Wherever. Let's do it later eventually. So. Let's see what else there is. As I won't be able to play this because our state pretty much denied the right to play it. We're making a Powerball because we don't have the money. So even if it's worth that much, we can't have it. So sucks. Guess I don't know. I can't afford it. So I'm gonna stop playing. Not worth it. It was. Well, you can't do it because it's suspended. Only players of Mega Ball and Pyro just saw their chances of winning go to slim and to none due to the General Assembly failure to pass a budget before July 1st. Multi-stage innovation has dropped Illinois from both Mega and Pyro Melon's games take itself for 2 games optimally expended off finales and at 9:45 p.m. Central Time. Payments of winning over 25,000 paid as well. Oh wow. That tells you how bad we are. This is I heard about it a 2 weeks ago or whatever.
I think at this point it's very hard to say whether we'll see certainty over the next few months. Hi, my name is Gregory Dacko, and I'm Chief U.S. Economist at Oxford Economics. Well, I think that if you really want to boost the economy over a longer period of time, you have to address a few issues. You have to address the fact that we have really low productivity growth. You have to address the fact that we have severe constraints in terms of an aging population, and therefore you need to increase the quality of the labor, and that comes through education. You need to increase the desire of businesses to invest and reassure them that future demand will be there. And that can come through a flurry of different proposals. But the core, the essence of these proposals has to be an environment from a policy standpoint that is certain and that also promotes stronger investment via a lower tax burden and a burden that's competitive from an international standpoint. What we know for sure is that Congress has a very busy agenda. Congress has to focus right now on the whole issue of the Russian interference in the election. It has to focus on passing, or at least the Senate passing its own version of the healthcare reform bill. It wants to promote tax reform, infrastructure spending. It also needs to pass a budget for fiscal year 2018 by September of this year. And it also will probably need to raise the debt ceiling by October of this year. A lot of priorities and a lot of policy uncertainty. I think that is highly unlikely to dissipate over the coming months. And again, businesses prefer to know what the outlook is going to be in terms of policy, even if it's not favorable, rather than not know what will happen in terms of their tax obligations over the next few months, years, or even decades.
Good morning, Central High School students and faculty. Welcome to our virtual assembly.
This is the story of Central High School in Tuscaloosa, Alabama.
It was a high school with high expectations.
Well, I think it was the best of Tuscaloosa.
Central was amazing. It brought us all together.
We came second to no one.
So why did Central cease to exist?
Hi, this is Graham Flanagan, broadcasting live from the Blood Drive.
That's me in 1999 when I was a junior at Central. then the one public high school in the Tuscaloosa City school system.
We just beat Hillcrest 5-1 the other day, so we've obviously got what it takes to whoop up on everybody that's in Tuscaloosa.
You had people from all over Tuscaloosa, from all the different neighborhoods, all different socioeconomic backgrounds, all converging in one place every day.
Well, we was like brothers and sisters in school. We all might have been different shapes, different sizes, different colors, but you couldn't tell us different.
Good morning, I'm Katie Stevens. And I'm Coop, and these are your morning announcements. You met all the kids in the city, and you didn't necessarily know that many people existed in the city. We had white friends, black friends. Everybody was just cool with each other.
We're talking about the baseball game this afternoon, Vestavia versus your Central Falcons.
You just had everyone from the city. So you had so much to choose from, It was a cream of the crop. If you said Central High School anywhere in the state of Alabama, they know who Central High School was.
Tuscaloosa is probably best known as the home of the University of Alabama, famous for its football program, but also for what happened in this spot on the university campus in 1963. It's where Governor George Wallace attempted to block the first African-American students from attending the university. He failed, and the university was integrated.
What makes Tuscaloosa so great is we just have a great mixture of so many different people from varying different backgrounds. We're a city that's around 55% white, 45% African American. So we have a unique split in terms of our racial population.
There is a lot of economic disparity in Tuscaloosa, and there's sort of a geographical feature that is emblematic of that divide, and that's the Black Warrior River, which runs through the center of town. On the north side of the river, you've got the more affluent areas, mansions and country clubs. Then on the other side of town, you still got some nice areas. I grew up in downtown Tuscaloosa, the historic district of town. And then just adjacent to downtown, you've got what's known as the West End.
In the Western Zone, you have the highest unemployment rate. Of course, you have the highest poverty rate. So people who are over here, for the most part, the majority of the people are here because they can't do any better. They don't have a choice.
In 1978, a federal court order mandated that the mostly segregated public high schools in Tuscaloosa merge together to create one big high school. That's how Central High School came to be.
There was one high school, which was a mega high school, and the students did great athletically, academically. There were actually people who wanted to come to Tuscaloosa because of the good schools here.
Central was the center of everything, so.
You may have some students that are not doing as well, but they're at Central, they see everybody else doing.
So remember, subscribe to my YouTube channel below to give it the latest news, and push that notification button, that bell button, so you get notified automatically when a new video does come out on my channel. As I put more videos up and explain different things. And happy 4th of July to all Americans and others. And I know we got bad weather coming for the United States for Illinois weather. Let's put that thing in the way. Oh, it changed. That's good. Uh-oh. So let's do coin. That's okay. Well, it's hot. I'm gonna show you guys. Okay. Locations, coin 62832. I know it said Thanks for describing all that, but we're going to go a little farther. The first to do it. Okay, hold on. What is it? January forecast month calendar. I want to go to January 2017. I'm going to show you how warm we were in certain days. As you see, it's 68 actual temperature. We pump up to February, and this is pretty high for the 1st of February, in 70, 40, which is not usual. And then we get to April, March, it just goes down, gets cold. See, it starts bottoming down. With April, it's kind of colder. Two, let's get to May. Is it May I had that? See, that was a cold day. There was a couple weeks of this that was like, we have, like, it's not always going to be that first, it's not going to always be warmer. It's going to dip down, it's going to, like, get a little chilly, and but usually DuQuoin is pretty cold in the winter, usually enough for snow and whatever else. And we go to June from last month. Probably have, let me see, we have a 90 yet. Yep, we got 90, 93. And we go to February, the last day, and this was the big one. This was the tornado storm that occurred on that day. There's a tornado in our area, so it was crazy. I mean, I was at night. My birthday was actually on this date right here for you. March 1st, 91. Temperature max temperature 69. Minimum temperature 37, which is pretty cold, trust me. We'll go to January, which is how cold as it is. View. And it should, heating day degree is 24. Minimum is -6 in 1977. The recent was just a couple years ago, like -2 or so, which is pretty freezing. So, I'm gonna go back a couple, we go back to a bad year, I think. The weather, Bitcoin view. So monthly. It was like, and then there was one April that had a lot of sleet. I remember as like I was in the garage working on my bicycle, and I was like, oh my god, it's freezing. That winter one. So, thanks.